All right, here we go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 269 of the official...
69! Nice!
The official Butthole Podcast. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the NFL and the Vikings in general. We're going to talk...
We talk about football?
Yeah, it's just football!
From time to time, we're going to talk about football this year, and we are going to be talking over our playoff teams, our division winners, our Super Bowl champions, what the Vikings record is going to be at the end, and probably 6 to 8 more things as we go. Tune in to this episode to find out.
Or now I can just...
Nice job, high five.
One shot, one kill. Ronnie did.
Now introducing your Butthole Podcast. Scott, the Great Brandino, Gage's Rage, and Star Lamar.
What's up, girl?
The butthole.
That sounds
Nutella
like a
and
porn name.
Fluffernutter.
Who doesn't love the butthole?
More?
All three of them? Ooh! We just had a little snack debate during that little intro, and we are back for some football bits.
Should we tell them or should we keep it to ourselves?
If you haven't tried Fluffernutter or Nutella with peanut butter sandwiches,
Grilled.
Grill them. A little bit of butter on each side. Throw it on the pan for a little bit.
damn
Flip
it,
it
it's the
a little
secret,
bit later.
guys.
No,
We're going to release a butthole thing that's brown and chocolatey, and
this is like
right when you bite into it, it's all melted.
It's all oozy.
Straight
you
out
had-
of the butthole.
Oh,
if you had a cure for depression and you kept it from everybody
You're going
because
to
it's
hell.
a secret, you're going to hell. This is a cure for depression. You eat one of those things, guaranteed to make your taste buds feel better.
The Fluffernutter grilled sandwiches are elite.
Delicious.
But we're not here to talk about snacks. We're here to talk about football.
Damn it.
Because we
Talk about
are...
snacks.
We are the official snack podcast in Upper Minnesota.
No, we got fucking football in 3 days, boys. NFL wait is over. Regular season starts now. You have to set your fantasy football lineup tomorrow and then check it 5 times before Thursday night.
And then check it on Thursday night, and then check it a couple times this weekend.
Yep.
Keep up on injuries all year long. Like, this is the greatest week of the year. Leading right up to football season, you're getting your fantasy drafts done. You got the Minnesota State Fair. You got Labor Day weekend. You got Thursday night football. Typically, you have 2 Monday night games, but for some reason, we don't have that this year.
year's different?
That's what, according to my
No.
sources.
Did
which
you
was
guys
Scott.
ever actually watch the second one?
Always.
Really?
We podcast for 2 years on Monday nights.
Yeah, but it starts at 9:30.
Yes.
I'm going home. I'm watching until I fall asleep, which is normally like the second
week
The
of
quarter.
3
football
times that we
start.
went to Gage's place to podcast, I watched it on the way home.
Dangerous.
I would have it on.
Dangerous.
What? Never mind. It's awesome.
But
I
yes.
love football,
It-
fantasy football, everything involved with just
It-
football.
Get your Sunday tickets in order. Get your
Oh, yeah.
NFL Red Zone
Good
in
call.
order. Get whatever you're going to do to watch all the games that you can watch in order before Sunday. You don't want to be dicking around with that at 11:50 on Sunday and be like, "Oh my God, I'm going to miss everything." And then
Don't
you're
have
missing
red zone yet.
you're missing your Vikings, or if you're a fan of other teams, which I'm sure there's people out there, you're going to miss your game.
And you can get red zone through almost anything now.
Yep.
There's an app on the phone. I think it costs $2.99 a month or something like that.
Ooh.
Then you can just watch it on your phone.
$2.99 a month, right?
So it's pretty damn cheap.
It's even worth $2.99 a month.
Bet.
Yeah. So I mean, there you can get through YouTube TV, through all those streaming ones, obviously cable providers, and I think it's like as a package, $80 or something for the season, $80 to $100.
Steal.
Just not bad at all to get to see every single touchdown of Sunday football for the entire season.
A little bit of advice: if you do have the NFL Fantasy app, for one, next year, don't do that to yourself and go with somebody else. But for 2, they also allow you to watch the major games in your network area live as they're going on. So you can watch the Sunday night game, the Monday night game, whatever's on 3 o'clock in your zone. Same thing with noon. So typically it's going to be 2 games, your local team and whatever other teams that are playing at that time too. So you can check that out. Essentially just being able to watch on the go if you're not able to watch at home.
Nice.
Sheesh.
There's all the ways you can watch that NFL football. Now we're going to talk about some winners of the year.
Well, first off, why don't you tell people about Thrive Fantasy, Gage's Rage?
Oh, absolutely. I love Thrive Fantasy. What you're doing is you're putting a spin on your daily fantasy football websites and apps. So what you do, instead of taking a lineup based off of a salary cap, you're going to go with a Thrive Pick'em. There's going to be 15 to 20 options of prop bets and you're going to take your 10 favorite picks, and you're trying to maximize points. So taking Patrick Mahomes over under for 370 yards may not be the most valuable. Like it's only worth 90 or 100 points. Where then you have something like Cook getting over 1.5 touchdowns on the game for about 120 or 130. So you have options within each prop bet to get the most points possible, and then the winnings are based off of those points. So there's different matches that you can get. Your placement gets you the highest points possible or the highest payback possible. You can do 50-50 lineups where top 50 get paid, the bottom 50 lose. There's all sorts of choices on Thrive Fantasy's amazing app. And if you use promo code BUD with a D, not 2 T's, you'll match every dollar up to $100 instantly.
What, 100 to 100 instantly?
Yep. So you deposit 50, you get 100 in the account right away.
You're telling me
match that. 50.
You're telling me that if I put $100 in and I use promo code BUD, that I'm gonna have $200 in my account instantly?
Yes, and you'll be able to play with that 100.
And I could be a degenerate gambler
immediately
and play with that bonus money.
Yes.
Well, you can just keep being you, which is a degenerate gambler, but you'll
And
have an
get
extra
this.
100.
What?
They sponsored the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the fantasy app for the Jaguars.
It is.
Yep.
That news was dropped last week, I think.
It's pretty
week
fucking
and a half
amazing.
ago. Yeah, they're the official daily fantasy of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
They're doing big things over there. Check out Thrive Fantasy. Use promo code BUD. That's
BUD.
not 2 T.
So let's jump right into this episode. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Give the people what
I'm
they
down.
want.
Oh, division winners.
First and foremost, we're jumping into division winners for the 2021-22 NFL season, and we will start on the NFC side, and we'll start in the NFC East. Brandon,
Superfan Alex, if you could just during the segment help Gage remember which teams are in the division.
yeah, that would be a huge help
It's
for
a
Gage.
full-time job.
It's been a
Forever.
struggle for a while.
Ever since we started recording, for
You can't say
200
NFC East. You got to tell them the teams.
Just the first two, and then I'll finish them.
So
I'm not picking them.
who's winning the NFC East? The great Brandino. We'll start with you.
Oh man, every year everybody looks at it like, oh, Dallas is going to be great and they're going to do great things, and oh, they're going to win 12 games this year. No, they're not going to do it.
They're gonna go 8-9, 9-8.
Yes. Fortunately for them, they can't go 8-8 anymore.
Yep.
So lucky. I'm going to pick the Washington football team. I think that defense is one of the best defenses in the league. They got 107 picks on first round picks, I should say, on that defensive line. You got a quarterback coming in who's going to be stable for them, ideally, the entire year in Ryan Fitzmagic. If they don't, they got Taylor Heineke, and he showed that he could ball out. He won their playoff game last year, wild card weekend, right? Or no, they lost wild card weekend.
To the Bucks.
They won the week 17 game
Play-in
to
game.
get in. Yeah, the play-in game. So I like their chances to win this year. There's no way I'm picking the Eagles or the Giants. Both those teams are just, I don't see it. So it's between Cowboys and football team, and I'm going to stick with the football team to win this one.
I believe that any team in that division can win it. It wouldn't surprise me if any of them take it. I am going to go with the New York Football Giants to take the division, though. They actually were in position to win it last year before the Philadelphia Eagles lost on purpose to the Washington football team to allow them to back into the playoffs.
It's true.
And they were not as talented, nearly as talented as they are today. So if we're going based off of improvement and how close they were last year, I think if they make that step, the New York Football Giants could be the division winners this year.
I'm going to wear my mask the entire episode. A sign of COVID is stupidity.
And start showing.
Gage's rage.
You guys spent way too much time talking about this. I'll do the Cowboys. Who the fuck cares?
And I'll go with the Washington football team, but who the fuck cares? It's the NFC East. NFC South.
You'll
Gage's
do the
rage.
Cowboys like Jake Gyllenhaal or the other one?
The South is going to be Tampa Bay. They do it twice. We're going back to back.
They didn't win it last year.
I know, but they're going back to back Super Bowls.
Oh,
All right, moving on. What next division, Scott?
Yep. NFC South.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
I don't think there's anybody else that really
Tampa
stands a
Bay.
chase.
I'm trying to get this updated here as we
A chase
go.
or a chance.
Yeah,
Because the Saints have a fucking running back on their backup quarterback.
You know
spot.
what? You know what they say in Paw Patrol? Chase is on the case. And in this case, it's Tampa Bay.
I don't know what this
Moving
is.
into
Well,
now
you don't have a
the,
toddler.
Who's your pick?
the Bucks. It's a no-brainer.
Okay.
NFC West. Star Lamar.
Ooh, I think I'm going to pick the Los Angeles Rams for this one. This is also a division that I think every single team has a chance to win it. They're going to beat up on each other. I kind of can see a Seahawks having a down year, but I see that every year and it never really happens. And then obviously the 49ers a bounce back year, but I think the Rams are the most consistent team. Getting that quarterback in there is going to be huge for them. And I think they have the best pieces on defense with Donald and Ramsey.
I agree. I'm going to go Rams as well. Cage's Rage.
I am going to sneak out of here and go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think they got a really sneaky offense, defense that can prove a lot, but also leaves a lot to be desired. See what happens. Offense wins championships.
Great Brandino.
Is that how that works?
Something like that.
Offense wins division titles.
I'm going to go in the same boat as Gage's Rage. I do agree with Star. I think any team can win this division. The Niners are good. The Hawks are good. The Rams are really good, especially if we see what Matt Stafford can do. If he plays like he did in Detroit with that defense, they have a really good chance. But like you mentioned, their offense is good. DeAndre Hopkins is calling their free agent pickup the best wide receiver he's ever seen play, which is AJ Green. Rondale Moore he's a scat back player. He's going to be a sneaky guy who can make big plays. Their defense, they added J.J. Watt. They got Chandler Jones. They drafted Zaven Collins. They got Justin Simmons. They got Budda Baker. They have a solid squad there. Now their cornerbacks are a little bit thinner, but I think the rest of them can kind of make up for that. Give me the Cards.
I'm in.
NFC North.
Skol, baby. Give me the Vikings. Come on. Is that even a question?
We all got our purple on.
At my heart. Star?
It's Minnesota with the bowl,
Star?
right?
I have to say it. I don't know if I believe it, but I have to say it.
Stop.
Minnesota.
Okay.
I thought your
I
heart
thought
was
you were going to
leaning
take the
green.
Packers. Yeah, for the
No.
first time in any choice ever.
Move over to the
I picked them and
AFC.
pick them last year. That's why
You
I
did.
won.
We'll move over to the AFC side of
Talking
things.
money.
And we'll start in the AFC North. Gage's Rage. Who wins the
Ooh.
AFC North?
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. I think they proved they were the better team last year. I think it's going to be a really good year to be a Cleveland fan. 13 wins.
Star Lamar.
I think the division winner from last year is going to repeat, and they're going to surprise people. They were called the worst 11-0 team last year, but I don't think they're actually that bad. They need to figure TJ Watt out, but I'm taking the Steelers to win the division again.
Brandon.
I am going to stick with Gage's Rage on this one. I guess we're just, we're almost birthday
sync.
buddies. Yeah, we get it. We were college roommates and our birthdays are 2 days apart. And
That's why we were talking
Hey.
about snacks. It's PMS month or week of the month.
it is. It's that time of the week.
All
for
right.
us,
Why
but
don't you two go get a room?
we might. We just might. We shared a room for a while, actually. I think we just talked about
We
that.
did.
We
Yeah,
were
8
roommates.
years ago.
I am going to go with the Browns because I think Mayfield showed that he could be consistent last year. They have probably one of the best backfields in the NFL with the 1-2
Easily.
punch in Chubb and Hunt. With OBJ coming back, if he can be serviceable.
Forgot all about him.
Stefanski was coach of the year last year.
Hell
wasn't
yeah,
he?
he was.
And they were close to winning that division the way it was.
And they still got Myles Garrett. That's a
They
fucking
got
Trump
Myles
card
Garrett. Who'd they draft?
Don't lose your helmet
JOK.
around that guy.
They got JOK as their draft pick.
Newsom.
Greg
Greg
Newsome.
Newsome.
Greedy Williams, Denzel Ward. They got Grant Delpit coming back after his injury last year.
Signed Jadeveon Clowney.
John Johnson.
They got Clowney too.
They have a very solid
out of
defense as well. This
Clown.
this team is going to look scary good.
Oof.
Their defense is going to be solid. Their offense is going to be serviceable, if not powerful. They're going to lose week 1 to the Chiefs, but I think they're going to bounce back.
So basically what Brandon just said is the Browns have a very good front seven, a weak secondary, and an offense that can control the ball and might just be dynamic.
John Johnson was a really good pickup for them at safety. Delpit was a first-round pick.
We'll go on record and say Cleveland Browns secondary will be middle of the league at best. They were very shaky last year.
Middle of the league as far as pass yards let up.
Middle of the league as far as a rank for defense. However they rank that, I don't even know.
Well, I can't take it
Sounds
based
hard-
on
hard to
rankings. I
make a
don't
bet.
know.
When they're like, oh, this secondary was one of the worst last year. I don't know what the fuck they rank it. I don't know how they rank it.
Well, then who's your
I-
fucking bet for the division winner, Scott?
The Cleveland Browns. They're the best roster. They're the best team in the division.
Just slam some for 35 seconds. But I'll take them.
I didn't say that. I said their front seven's elite. Their offense can control the ball, maybe be dynamic, and their secondary leaves something to be desired. That's all I said. I wasn't slamming them at all. That front seven's as good as it gets in the NFL. And I'll even say it's the best front seven. Yeah, better than Washington's. It's loaded.
107 first round picks on the front seven there.
Yeah, at least 2.
Cleveland's better.
All right.
Cleveland has 2 101s on that front seven. Garrett and Clowney.
They do, but one is still worthy of that 101.
Clowney.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on to the AFC West. Does anybody not pick the Chiefs? Gage might pick the Chargers, but that's
Chargers,
ridiculous.
I'm sticking with the Chiefs.
See,
I'll take a 3-way butthole bet. Would you guys give me odds? 2 to 1 odds?
I don't want to make that
I'll go
bet.
straight up because injuries might happen.
Fuck you.
Okay.
I'll
You're not
take
that-
the Raiders.
You're going Raiders?
I'll take the Raiders.
What kind of odds do you want, Gage?
2 to 1. I just
I'm
said.
still taking the Chiefs.
My 50 to your, or my 100 to your 50?
Sure.
Nah.
And if it's not one of the 2 teams, it's a wash.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of the 2. Or Broncos, maybe.
Star took the Raiders.
And Brandon's wishing on the Broncos right now.
No,
Teddy could do it.
I'm still on the Chiefs bandwagon. Give me the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
No, I know it was preseason, but the Broncos looked awesome this preseason.
NF or AFC South. Who's got the AFC South? Where do you guys got that shaking out? Star Lamar, we'll start with you.
This one's tough because I want to make a bold prediction. I love making bold predictions on
Do
the
it.
show. The
Where's 2
Jacksonville
first?
Jaguars
Where's 2
are
first?
going to win the division. Tennessee Titans are going to struggle just enough to allow Trevor Lawrence and the dynamic offense that Urban Meyer is going to put together win that. No, fuck. Tennessee Titans are going to win it. I can't even do it. Can't even finish. I do think the Jaguars are going to have a much better season than people think they're going to have, though.
Give me Tennessee as well. Julio added on to that Studley team. A good head coach, solid defense.
Brandon?
I think I'm going to have to stick with that. They won it last year. The Colts are going to give them a fight for it. I don't think they have enough weapons on the offense to make that happen. Jonathan Taylor is great, but obviously A.J. Brown is better than any wide receiver they have. Both tight ends are average, and then you have Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor. And I would take Henry over Taylor, but Taylor is still going to be good enough, and they have a good defense, but I'm leery at their wide receiver options, so I'm still going to go ahead and go with Tennessee Titans.
I'm going Tennessee Titans as well. It's just the easy pick.
Did you guys see the meme of Carson Wentz? And there's a headline and said, star quarterback on vaccination things or whatever. And then the fact check came up underneath it and it said, Carson Wentz is not a star quarterback.
I saw that one. That was pretty good.
That's brutal. I love it.
Classic.
AFC
I
East.
love that.
I got the Bills taking that division. Gage's Rage, where do you stand?
You're filling my shoes. Bills Mafia, baby.
Star Lamar
Patriots.
I think we have a bet on this, correct?
and Brandon.
I have Patriots, Dolphins. You got Bills, Jets.
Oh man,
I think he was in on it too.
I'm gonna. Not this year. I wasn't.
That Patriots
That was
bet's looking
last
a
year.
lot better with Mac Jones. He's at least an actual like real quarterback.
Give me the Buffalo Bills in this one. I like Mac Jones. I think they're going to be good. I just don't know if the rookie has enough in his first year to be able to pull off an upset like that. The Bills are a very good team, especially with Josh Allen at quarterback. Great wide receivers, serviceable run game. They'll be good.
The people sleeping on those Dolphins too. What did they end with? 10 wins last year? Missed the
11.
playoffs?
Just barely missed the
11
I think
wins.
they were 11-5 and they missed it.
Yeah, so that
The
if
AFC
they
is
got
stacked.
better, that's
Well, let's
they
get
have a
into it.
chance too.
Who's going to be your three wild card teams?
Did we go
and
through all the?
That was all the divisions.
Okay.
So that's
My-
it. There's no more.
My
now
wild
I have
card
to go
teams?
back and remember who I picked his division.
And if you
winners.
have questions, I'll remind you. I'm writing it down. Gage's Rage, we'll start with you. Your three wild card teams from each conference.
We'll go NFC. We'll have the sneaky Green Bay Packers. We will add the Rams. And I'm going to take another East team and take the Seahawks.
a West team.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I meant.
You said East, and I was like, oh,
You
man.
said East, and I was like,
Where were you on that
picking
one,
another
dipshit?
East team?
Well, he could have picked Washington.
Alex, you had one job.
Come on, Alex.
Brandon, we'll
Oh,
go
should I do
to
AFC?
go to you. We'll
Okay,
wait for
yeah.
that. We just don't want to make people listen to our voices for too long.
Yeah,
hear you.
no kidding. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers as well. They're going to get one of those wild card spots. I am going to go with the Rams, and then I'm actually going to stay in the same division. I'm going to go with the 49ers. They're going to have a bounce back year, getting George Kittle back. They're going to get their quarterback situation figured out. I'm going to go 3 NFC West teams making the playoffs.
Star Lamar.
Nice.
I'm gonna say the Chicago Bears sneak in because they seem to do that all the time. I can't even pick them even when it makes sense to pick them, so I'm just gonna stick with the Bears. And then I also think I'm gonna snag 2 from that other division, and one is going to be the 49ers, and the other one is a toss-up. But like I said before, I think Seahawks have a down year, and I'm gonna put the Cardinals in at a wild card spot.
So you and I both have all those same three teams in the West making it.
Seahawks
Seahawks
missing
being
it,
the stinker. So that means they're going to be last.
which is hard to imagine because they are never that bad.
I'd bet against them being last.
Bet against them being last?
Like you guys get them to be last, I get them not to be last.
I said it's hard to imagine them being last. It's hard for me to say that. They're going to find a way to make the playoffs, but in my scenario, they don't.
You said it pretty smooth. It didn't seem hard.
This year, there's going to be 4 teams, 4 wild card teams, and the Seahawks are going to be that 4th one.
They could. I could take the Bears on and just throw the Seahawks in, but I think they're going to beat up on each other, and at least one team's going to miss it.
I'm going to go
Definitely.
Packers, Niners, Hawks. It's not exactly the funnest thing to have to say, but the Green Bay Packers will be a wild card team. But
So as far as we're looking at it, we really think that the NFC West is the best division.
I think the NFC West
In
is
the
the
NFC.
best division in football.
I would argue the AFC North is pretty close. The Bengals
Load
are
up
the,
Cincinnati against any one of those 4 in the West and give me the West. Well, Cincinnati is
That's fair.
the reason
is
that
fair.
they're not. Other
That-
than that, I think you're completely in the right when you
Who
say
do the
that.
Vikings play this year?
Cincinnati week 1.
Oh, the AFC North and the NFC West?
So I guess we
What?
can see.
Conspiracy.
What?
We
With
play
the
the-
2 best divisions we
Oh!
just talked about, the
Is that
Okay.
Vikings play this
coincidence
year.
star or
Just happens every 3 years.
Hey, at least we play Seattle at home. Right?
that's wild.
Weird.
Going to the
never
AFC
happened.
side of things, Star Lamar, we'll start with
Like
you.
7 years,
All right, the Bills find a spot.
17.
maybe.
The Chiefs, I guess I should put in there since I picked the fucking Raiders to win the division. And then I am going to say that the Colts make it. They play in a really weak division. They could probably get a lot of division wins. They just have to steal some of their non-division games.
I'll go next.
Go.
All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick the San Diego Whales Vagina Chargers. Sorry. San Diego Chargers. It's an Anchorman reference, if you didn't get it.
But in San
You
Diego
just said the
means
same thing
Wales
twice.
vagina.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Wales vagina.
exactly.
Wales vagina.
I know, it's redundant. And they're actually Los Angeles. So I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers in this situation. Essentially the same thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the 2 teams that didn't make it in the AFC North. So I'm going to take 2 divisions to get 3 teams in total. I'm going to go ahead and take the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens to make it.
I like it. I'm also going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to make it, the Baltimore Ravens, and I'll go San Diego. I'll go the Chargers. The LA Chargers. Gauge is
All
your
right.
age.
I will take the Steelers. They're bulletproof. They're a really good team. They will be 1 game behind the Browns. I suppose the Chiefs probably have a really direct route to making the playoffs behind the Chargers.
Do you think?
We'll add the Chiefs.
They have such a direct route that they're actually the odds-on favorites to win their division, Gage.
Who'd have thunk that? Jesus. And I'm going to go, fuck it, last to first, or not first, but in there. Then we get them Jacksonville Jaguars.
The sneaky team.
Are you sure?
Bad division.
Do you really think they're going to beat the Eagles out for it, though?
I think it's going to be a tough race going through the Eagles and the Cardinals, but the Cardinals win the division, so it gets a little easier.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Houston's the one they're really giving them a run for their money.
Houston's pretty good.
No one picked Houston. That's surprising.
That
I'm
wraps up the
surprising.
There's
butthole.
so many I left on the table. This is going to be a fun year.
It is. It's going
There's
to
a
be
lot of competitive teams preseason. We'll see what happens.
So who do you guys have then playing in the Super Bowl? Your 2 Super Bowl teams, the Super Bowl matchup. We'll ask Superfan Alex this question as well. And obviously, you got to give your Super Bowl winner. Gage, you can go first. You look like you're thinking hard.
Tampa Bay wins it. It's just a matter of who's the loser.
Does Tom Brady
the
ride
AFC
off into the
side.
sunset after another win?
Not one more. He keeps going until he loses.
Get
So
10.
I'm going Tampa Bay versus Chargers. I just want it to be fun.
Fuck it. He goes, is Tom Brady the type of player that they're gonna have to actually drag off the field? Is his body just gonna have to break down before he'll retire?
He'll still leave that hand that doesn't have 5 rings on it there. They're gonna have to cut it off.
Super
Cut
fan,
off like 2 fingers.
super fan Alex, who do you got playing in the Super Bowl and winning?
Bucks and Bills. Bucks win.
I like that a lot. Star Lamar.
So the New York Football Giants are going to actually take the Bucks out in the playoffs because Tom Brady can't beat them.
That's true.
And the Los Angeles Rams are going to end up representing the NFC in the playoffs, and they're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And who wins?
Rams.
The Rams get Matthew Stafford his first Super Bowl and Sean McVay his first Super Bowl. I like that a lot. Brandon?
This is probably the most boring pick, but I think it's going to be a repeat. I think the Chiefs pull it off this time and they beat the Bucks in the Super Bowl, but I do think it's going to be the Bucks against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Chiefs win it. I think it's going to be a close game. The Rams will give the Bucks a run for their money, in my opinion, in the playoffs, but Tom Brady's just been there so many times. He's done it. He's come back against good teams. He's already beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, who had a hell of a defense with a worse roster than what they have now. So I think they pull it off again.
Yeah, I think it's a repeat too, and I think the baton's officially handed off to Patrick Mahomes. He beats Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Alex? Oh, we got yours already.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Bills.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay.
Now,
There's the Super Bowl. You heard it by the butthole first.
how sweet would it be when the Rams knock off the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs and Stafford officially shakes Rodgers' hands as a winner in a big-time playoff game?
Stafford's played in one playoff game?
Lost. Yep, one.
It's brutal.
It'd be epic. I'd love the Cinderella story.
What's the chances that Matthew Stafford has a shit the bed moment in the playoffs and freaks out a little bit because he's never really played in big games?
Very high.
You think so?
Extremely high.
I think he's the type of guy that can actually handle it.
They got a defense to back him up.
Yeah.
Though. That'll help.
Yeah.
If they're down and he's fucking up, maybe he'll freak out. But if it's competitive and he's fucking up,
He'll be
I think
fine.
he'll be.
They
Like,
should be close enough.
my
in these
defense has
games.
my back. Like, we'll be all right.
Big time Vikings news. Christian Darrisaw is expected to practice on Wednesday. So he's getting closer. I don't think he'll play this week still, but he's looking like a week 2 or 3. He could be the starting left tackle for the
That's
Minnesota
awesome.
Vikings, which is what they drafted him to be. So that'd be a good thing. Now let's get into our predicting the Minnesota Vikings 2021-22 schedule. Really quick here on air. Do we want to make this a consensus group ranking, or do we each want to pick our own win losses?
I'll let you three do this because I'm probably going to be the one arguing for the losses because I'm realistic. And between you three, you can have a winner and a loser.
I'm completely realistic as well. on
Yeah,
this.
I'm the most realistic one on this podcast. My name is Gage's Rage.
Let's make it a consensus. I like the idea of making it a consensus.
All
It's
right.
a lot easier to have a consensus with three
That's fair.
than it
We
is
have
with four.
a
So I'll
judge or two here.
We could
Yeah, we
always
have a tiebreaker.
make Alex be the tiebreaker if need be.
There's the hardest things to do to you because they lose games they shouldn't. They
Oh,
win
it's not
games they
easy.
shouldn't.
It's very difficult for sure. Let's start out here with week 1 at Cincinnati. I got the Vikings on a W. Does anybody want to argue?
Oh.
Negative.
Hold on a second. Let me get a couple things going here.
Let's
There we
just-
go.
When does the winning streak stop? Let's say that.
No, at Arizona. Does anybody want to argue week 1?
I don't.
We all got the purple with a win, right?
I do.
Freak
Yep.
out all you want because of the rough preseason, but they're going to go into Cincinnati. They're going to eat that W, and they're going to be feeling good after 1 week.
Yep.
Does
On to
Alex
week
have
2.
something to say? He's just got a dub.
He's got a dub over there.
At Arizona week 2, this is where it gets a little more interesting. Where do we all got us against Arizona? I got us on a win.
I do too.
Revenge game W. Patrick Peterson.
Stars like, I don't need to say shit. That's 2-0.
That's consensus. I don't need to say anything.
Minnesota Vikings are 2-0 after 2 weeks, where they come home now for the first home game of the season, first home game in 2 years, and they have Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, and the Seattle Seahawks come into the bank. Where do we have the Minnesota Vikings? At home against Seattle.
I'm W again on this one.
First home game, I think, is massive.
I think
Yep.
because it's Seattle and Minnesota, which usually we got to go to Seattle, I'm going to put the Vikings on a W against Seattle. That's a 3-0 right there.
3-0.
3-0.
Doesn't matter what Star thinks.
1 and 2.
You're 1-2.
Oh,
This
man.
is now Cleveland at the bank, and I got us losing to the Cleveland Browns. They're just way too good up front. Kirk Cousins is going to be running all day, and Dalvin Cook will be stifled from the start of the game. I got the Cleveland Browns knocking off the Vikings.
I am there as well. I was filling this out earlier today for myself, just kind of looking at things, and they were the first loss I saw in the schedule.
I'm a firm believer they win that game at home, but that's just my 2 cents.
So majority rules on that one. We are.
Oh, what did Star say? L?
No, I think they win that one.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
at 2 and 2 in my head.
So Cleveland's a W. Alex is the tiebreaker.
All right.
How
so
long
Alex
did
gave it the L.
Stefanski coach with Zim?
Like,
A few years.
Well,
He was
he was
there
on
at
his
Sims.
coaching. He's been on his coaching staff ever since Zim's been here.
so he was there
Yeah.
like 6 years.
So, what defensive-minded coach do you think is the best chance to stifle that offense?
Maybe the one that was in his same room for many years while he grew and developed his coaching strategies.
I don't
Potentially.
think. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's gonna be a good game. I just think Cleveland's a little bit better.
Are you assuming Pierce and Tomlinson are going to be stifling in the middle of that defense?
What the hell is that?
Turn your mic off quick. It's a weird. Matt, you stand up.
The fuck is Matt doing?
It's literally
That's
it's
Nikola
Matt.
Tesla.
He's laying down on the ground. He's causing some sort of static. Get up! What are you
Get up!
Now it's back.
The fuck, Matt? Get out of
Maybe
here!
you need to go upstairs. I don't know.
It's
Every time he
100% related to
What
Matt.
the fuck? Patches 94 is fucking up the live feed
He's
here.
got an EMF.
It's getting
It's
quieter.
so much better.
It's way better. All right.
You have a
Now it's way worse.
metal plate in your head?
What the fuck is going on? Oh,
it's
now it's
still
back.
here.
Though.
Unplug your phone. I don't know.
What's plugged in where?
What's changed?
There it
Oh,
is.
there it is, right there.
Yeah, it wasn't you, Matt. We take that.
You're
back.
good, Patches.
All
All right.
right. Browns is a win. 2 and 2.
So
Well, it's a butthole.
as a
First butthole
consensus,
L.
we're 3-1. We have us losing to Cleveland, and now we host Detroit at home, which I think is a bounce back game for the Vikings. I got the Vikings on a W against Detroit at home.
Easy
Yeah,
dub.
it's pretty easy. Star, are you arguing the L?
No.
Okay.
Then we travel to Carolina, which could be an interesting game. I have us on a win. Where's everybody else?
I think I'm there too with Carolina.
5-1.
More competitive than I think people want to believe it's going to be, but I do think we couldn't come out on top of that one.
Then we host
5-1.
Dallas on Halloween night, Sunday night football. Dallas comes to the bank, which I don't even remember the last time we beat Dallas, to be honest, at the bank.
At the bank?
Yeah.
Didn't
2
we?
years
Yeah,
ago?
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
Sunday night football or Monday night football?
Over hunting season.
What happened last year? Did we lose that
2024?
game?
We lost.
Yeah, whenever Kendricks made that stop at the end and Curse was having a good game, I think it was 2 years ago.
Pretty sure it was.
So, okay, maybe well then 3 years ago we lost to them. The game when Zimmer had the eye issue, that was probably 3 years ago then. Whatever.
4 years ago.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Nonetheless,
I
I got us on a loss. It's a primetime game. Dallas has a really good offense. I got us on a loss.
I am in sentiment with that.
Yep.
Primetime L.
So what are we at? 5-2?
That puts us at 5-2, and then we go to Baltimore. I have us on a loss in Baltimore as well.
You know, a month ago, I might have agreed with you, but I'm not afraid of Gus Edwards. I'm not afraid of that wide receiver group. I'm not afraid of that defense. They're really old. I'm saying W there.
That's a 1-1 split. Great Brandino.
That's tough. Their wideouts, even healthy, they don't overly scare me. Hollywood can get behind their guys if he wants to. And Bateman is obviously,
No, he can get behind our guys if we let him.
yeah.
He's definitely going to want to.
There
That's
you
when
go.
we let him.
But we have a really good, I mean,
Even
we're
if he
projected to have a really good run defense, and they're a running team. I know Lamar Jackson he's very good, and he can make anybody look foolish, but
We're
I think we-
projected by who though to have a really good run defense. We're all hopeful we have a really good run defense because we got 2 fat guys in the middle now.
We got Daniil Hunter back, and we have solid defensive ends outside of that. And we're gonna have hopefully Barr back, and we have Kendricks, and we have a better secondary this year than we did last year. Like
Can't be worse.
it definitely can't be worse. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give us the W. I'm gonna
Fuck
say
yeah!
6-2.
So that's 2-1 start, win or loss in Baltimore for the Minnesota Vikings.
I would say a loss.
So then we got to go to our panel of tiebreakers. Alex,
He gave
Okay.
us the W. All right.
that's a W in Baltimore.
Woo! Let's go.
Then we travel to the Los Angeles Chargers. Gage's Rage, win or loss.
That one feels like a fat L.
That needs to be an L if they're going to win that division because they're going to have to go to 17-0.
That's an L for me.
Star Lamar,
I think it's a win.
Me too.
I think it's a win also.
All right, fuck me then.
Maybe. Consensus. We are now.
But I also have us losing to Baltimore, making it 2 straight losses, and then beating the Chargers.
So
Just personally.
are we?
This is
8-2
overall.
right now?
Here we are. We're 2, 4, 6, 7-2.
7-2.
7-2, and we host Green Bay at the bank. I got us on a W against Green Bay at home.
Bounce back win at home.
Packers at home. I think we take the W. I think home we win. I don't feel that confident on the other way around.
I think it's loss. I think they win in the first meeting. We win in the second meeting.
Do you think we win in the second meeting because we're playing for something and they're not, or do you just think we beat them in Lambeau
I
late
just
in the
feel like
season?
that's how it usually happens.
Okay.
We lose the first one to them, beat them in the second time around.
Then we travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. I have us on a loss in that game.
I'm gonna take the win against the Niners. Not really sold on that team.
I just remember what they did to us 2 years ago in the playoffs, and I
A
just
lot of
can't.
different teams.
I'm going to go with an L on this one too.
We have no idea what team we'll be playing at this point in time.
The Niners.
Who the quarterback's going to be.
What the record is, what their motivation is.
What people are healthy on their defensive line. So, I mean, it's pretty much a crapshoot. I'll give us a win on that one, though.
Oh,
Now we go to the panel of
Tiebreaker.
tiebreakers.
win. Wow. Damn. What are we sitting at now? 9-2.
Yep.
9-2
You guys
consensus. All of us as a team. This is
I
this
think
is
I
the
had 3
butthole.
losses in my.
I do too.
Now we travel to Detroit. I have us beating Detroit. If we're 9-2 going to Detroit, they're going to be at that point 2-9 or 1-10.
10-2.
W for
Yeah,
sure.
10-2.
Dub.
Star. Want to argue the
it's,
loss?
It's kind of scary. We seem to always play down to them every single
Trap
year.
game.
So I wouldn't guarantee a win there by any means, but on paper we should win that game.
Then we're hosting Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna give it an L.
I'm
I
gonna
think
give it a
Pittsburgh's gonna
W.
be very good there.
At home is going to be a different story, but this is a Thursday night game, correct?
That's correct. That's true. Is Big Ben's arm capable of making it this far and being actually a full fluid working arm?
When you have a running game, I think it is.
I'm going to go with an L.
Star Lamar?
So I have a few more losses in my head, and I think this is going to be a statement win that brings us into a playoff push. I'm going dub.
That's a dub.
All right.
Oh, that's 2-2.
Tiebreaker.
Alex, win.
Oh, yeah, you both had L's.
Win.
Every
Okay.
single tiebreaker is just an automatic dub in Alex's book.
He L'd me when I was the only one going for the.
Well, who doesn't L Gage's Rage? All right, here we go. At Chicago, Soldier Field, the Vikings' absolute place of their haunting grounds. Soldier Field. They're rolling into Soldier Field. What is it? 11-2. Do they get that W?
Trap
Nope.
game L.
11-2. I think we get that L.
I got
we're
a
gonna
dub.
We're gonna
There's
get
no
Justin
way.
Fields here. It's not gonna be Andy Dalton's team. We're gonna have Justin Fields, and for some reason, when we get a different quarterback that we haven't seen consistently, especially away at Chicago, we don't do well. Who'd we lose to the other year? Was it Chase Daniels?
Yep.
Came in and beat us
Yeah.
after Trubisky got hurt on the first drive or something like that.
We
Mike
have a
Zimmer
history
also
with Chase
fucking
Daniels, though.
Mike Zimmer also fucking eats rookie wide receivers or rookie quarterbacks though for lunch.
Didn't Chase Daniel also take us on with the Chiefs a couple years ago?
No, it's Chad Henne.
That's
Josh
heavy.
Allen as a rookie kind of ate our lunch.
He did. It was like
was that
30
no,
to
Matt
13.
Carson
Moore?
Wentz
That was
did.
Matt Moore.
Matt Moore.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going with an L away in Chicago.
So that's 2 L's, 1 win. I got a W there. Star.
What's the date on that game?
Yep.
December.
November, middle of November. end of
No,
November.
it's late. No, that game is going to be. I want to say it is too.
I don't know how Justin Fields is going to be in the cold.
I'll tell you it right here. It's December 20th.
December 20th.
Yep.
7:15.
7:15.
He's a Southeast guy, born and bred. Ohio State never really had to play many cold games because their season's over by this time.
And they're in a dome
the
playing
South.
for a natty.
Yeah. So I think that might give us the edge. I'm going W.
Shit.
Doesn't
Tiebreaker.
need to go to the tiebreaker. Or wait,
We're
you two.
doing.
Oh yeah, you two had L's. Tiebreaker. L. Son of a bitch.
So we got the
I just got hit with the
third
tie-breaking
loss.
L.
11
and
and
3.
3. 3 games left in the year.
Now we're hosting the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh boy.
I got that as a fat L.
I'm going with the loss as well on that one.
This is a win.
This is not the way you want
Part
to be
of the
trending
playoff push.
into the playoffs.
So we got a
I'm with
win.
Star. W.
Win,
A
loss,
win.
loss, tiebreaker.
Win. Okay. All right.
Fuck.
We're 12 and 3 going into week 16.
Bounce back dub after that shaky Bears.
5 losses.
At Green Bay.
That's a win.
Win.
I have us beating Green Bay early in the year. I got us losing.
Wait. This is away at Green Bay?
This is a win.
Yeah.
I said we're going to take 1-1.
Yeah.
This is a loss.
L.
That took Brandon all of 7 minutes to change his mind. I'm L.
17 and 0. I can see it. All right. We lost against Green Bay. And then what do we follow up with? Chicago?
And then we have Chicago at home. The Vikings at that point are 12 and 4. They've probably already locked up the division. They've locked
Not
up
the number 1 seed.
They've locked up a playoff berth, but they do not have the number 1 seed at that point locked up. Are they playing their starters against Chicago or not?
Yes.
We've clinched a wild card spot and can't move very much in my head at this point in time. So I think they start, but don't finish.
So in Stars head, what record do we have at this moment in time?
Start but don't finish. That's every Gage's Rage's
Probably
girlfriend
10 and
she's had.
6.
10 and
11,
6.
11
Starts,
and
but doesn't
5.
finish.
Okay. So we're
To have it
close.
locked up, maybe 11 wins by this time.
X out.
And
Okay.
I think it would be
No, you're
close
the audio.
to lose to them
Stay.
anyways, because I think Chicago is in a
You go,
dogfight
keep this.
for one
Yeah,
of the last
I'll
spots right
return it.
now. And we let them in to keep a better team out. Thinking.
L.
I got to if we're playing our starters, this is a win. Chicago at home, it's a win. Tiebreaker.
I don't know. I've watched the Vikings before. And
Win.
there's no such thing as this is a win. All right.
I understand.
That might be
no
fair.
such thing as, oh, that's easy. We play down to the Lions. The Bears have had our number recently.
So consensus?
Yeah.
We're
That
what?
puts us at
14 and 3?
13 and 4.
13 and 4?
We have us losing to Cleveland at home, Dallas at home, at Chicago, and at Green Bay. We have those as our only losses on the season. Consensus.
We have the second hardest schedule in the league.
Yep.
You guys watched preseason football. You watched last season.
I
I
don't know
don't know.
about that. I don't know.
The thing in the NFL is momentum's everything. And
Yep.
if they really truly start 3 wins in a row,
And where the heck was our bye week? Week 7?
wherever.
week 7.
Yeah. So now let's go around and
I
see
like it a
Gage's
lot.
Rage. Where do you have the Vikings actually finishing for record? Do you have them at 13 and 4?
One more loss, 12 and 5.
12 and 5? Brandon?
That's where I'm sitting too. 12 and 5.
I'm sitting 11 and 6.
Six.
Star.
11 and 6, 10, 7.
Yeah.
Right in there. Borderline playoff team.
Super fan Alex, where do you have the Vikings finishing record wise at the end of the season? 11 and 6. I think what does Vegas have us at for wins? It's
9.5.
Yep. And I
I'd
think that's
smash
the
the
right
over.
line. I think that's the right line.
I would hit the over on that. I think we all would, according to what we think is going to happen.
Mhm.
What's funny is we are all lower than the consensus. We just weren't agreeable on how.
How we got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So the weeks that we thought that Star thought we were going to lose,
The rest of us
we
thought
thought
it
we
was
were
a
going to
dub.
win, but then he thought we were going to win weeks and we thought it was losses, and it just kind of evened out. So
Maybe
I'll
we'll
take
lose all
14
the
and
ones
3,
the
man.
butthole thought we're
Or
going to
13
lose.
and
We're going
4.
to be 6-11.
Really
Be
quick here,
The worst record Zim's ever had with us.
deep dive
Well,
in this schedule.
Last year
though.
was the bad year. This is the good year.
Roller coaster of Zimmer.
The series where you host Dallas, go to Baltimore, go to the Chargers, host Green Bay, and go to San Francisco. That's brutal.
It's tough.
That's a
but
brutal
If you're going to
stretch.
be a good
On
team, and
paper.
Starr made this comment a couple weeks ago, if you're going to be a good team, you're going to have to beat good teams. So in order for us to have any sort of like optimism going into the playoffs, we're going to have to beat teams like that. 'Cause
All
that's
I'm
who we're gonna
saying
face.
is I would much rather have this schedule in the middle of the season than on one of the two ends. And that's
Yes.
where we have it.
Yep.
Cardinals, Hawks, Browns isn't a cakewalk of a 3-game series either.
No, but if you get to start out with Cincinnati and get the season rolling on a 1-0 start, which is crucial, it's absolutely
Yeah.
crucial.
We've all almost assumed that's going to happen, and that's what scares me.
I don't.
3-1.
You know why it doesn't
No,
scare
One
me?
and
the
oh.
Bengals.
Is because
Oh.
I think Daniil Hunter could have 3 or 4 sacks that game. Like that Cincinnati O line is terrible, and the Vikings
Brutal.
defensive line, especially for Week 1, is going to be full fucking force.
They have to come out and prove a statement.
Yep. So I'm fairly confident. I know that a lot of times the Minnesota Vikings confidence is what
Achilles
ends up
heel.
getting you fucking bit, but I'm confident in the Week 1 matchup. And if you start out 1-0, bring on Arizona.
Matt thinks we're going 9-8.
That's right around where Vegas has it.
I was going to ask Patches what his opinion was, but I didn't fucking care. So that's why I didn't ask him.
What do you think is the lowest number of wins we can have to sneak into the playoffs?
10.
10.
Yeah, I think 10.
I'll take it.
The
What whole bet?
NFC is a lot weaker. What was that bet?
12. I know, and I said 9.
What's that butthole bet?
Who's closer, 12 or 9
12 or 9.
to the Vikings' actual record?
How much is the money?
$50. I get
I
12
like-
if he gets
Woo!
9. So if it's 10, he wins. 11, I win.
And then really 11 and over, you win. And 10
Yeah.
and under, he wins.
So statistically, Matt's got a better chance.
Yes, he does.
For sure.
And
You wanna
Fucking ain't right. He
if they
does.
tie a game, more to him.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, easily.
Gage will not be cheering for ties. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess
Gage
10
is
and a
starting
half
to-
would be a split.
Gage is starting to dislike. There will be no 10 and a half.
That's the number of
there's
wins.
No, there's no such thing as a half.
tie. It's 10.
So every tie to use a loss, which is
Yeah,
bad.
dude.
That's
Bad.
bad news, Bears.
Whatever.
We can
And
go
did you
11.
know that this
11,
season
4,
for the
and
NFL, there's one more game that they could potentially tie than ever
So it's
before?
like the most potential for ties ever.
Hey,
Yeah.
Will you give him odds on that, Matt?
I can't
Will
believe
you give him
Gage.
odds 2-1 on the $50?
I can't believe Gage's Rage just made a bet without any sort of caveats or odds. It's just wild. All right,
We do have to post that on the butthole bets, though.
that
for
wraps
sure.
up this
That
episode.
one?
Yeah.
For
Oh,
the
for
last
sure.
500 bets.
They've
As
all been on
always.
there, probably.
Prevent cancer.
We only talked about like one game this week. We're gonna end it on that.
Come on, we
Yeah,
got
3
right.
words or less, man.
I guess we gotta.
No,
Go
3
jerk
words or
off.
less would be next week.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have plenty of
it's
time to
coming.
go jerk off tonight.
Fucking ain't right.
We're done, right, meow?
Right, meow.
That's it, man.
Well,
Football.
we're-
It's around the corner.
We're very close. We have one more segment that's going to be coming out later in the week.
Mm.
But we are done with this not fantasy, this NFL and Vikings related podcast.
269 in the books. Go watch
What?
NFL football tomorrow.
269.
And we'll have full breakdowns
Nice.
of all things NFL starting next week when the season officially kicks off.
No gambling advice. I lied.
No, we did. We told you who to bet on to make the playoffs and stuff. That's as gambling advice as it gets, baby.
Well, don't listen to me then.
I just bet the spread, man.